Looking forward to getting this one started. T-start for Astralis. Glaive giving the calls. Blame the backup and second in command. A P250 for the aforementioned, and he's equipped to take a long-range fight with those USPs.
Oh, down to one config already. Feeling the brunt of that Hampus USP on the other side of things. Bit of util left over here. Smoke's deployed. Main smoked off. I think they went across secret here.
Shouldn't have too many issues. As smoked off, and down they go. No info.
We're going to play lower here. Rotations early out of NiP.
It's up to Plopsky. Needs a quick headshot, and already Lucky evades the first. Oh, Config's lucky to have gotten away and across. Blame still trifling with Plopsky, and it's Device's Julies that fill the feed first. Now Config.
How did he even get a kill?
I'm not sure. And a 4v4. Bomb in that lower side. They still have Glaive worming around this flank.
Yeah, I think they might want to double back here, committing to low with the rotation in. Rez is sniffing this one out.
He's aware. He is aware. It's a hard clear. Glaive set for success. No armor on this, and that's the kit as well. Should Rez fall and the bomb be planted, retrieval problematic, and there you have it. Rez deletes him. No issues now. And Astralis, they're running out of options here, Chad.
Yeah, they have to finish B right now. You can see they're pushing in now towards the window side. Blame is on a bit of a lurk here. Is he going to initiate first, or is he going to allow Config on the low HP with Lucky?
You can't get another one. No, I refuse. Okay, Config, not bad. Not bad at all. Down the vents they go. Device already found one on the dual Berettas and fancies his chances up against the boulder, but just about. Blame gets it across the line. S-Attack to finish the job. They are so low.
Where's Lucky going?
Why is this the longest round in Counter-Strike history?
There's 9 seconds. They need a plan. They have to get this down right now.
Please. They can't contest. It'll be close. Coming in decon. S-Attack needs this. They are both aware, both relatively low, and Blame just stands his ground. 16 points of health between the two of them. Rez with a click and a second. There's the flourish and the finish. 3-0 and one of the longest pistols I've seen.
Yeah, and you could just see it was getting whittled away across the board. Astralis didn't feel like they were in too much of a chance with that, especially with the early damage done to Config. Now, I just want to do a bit more scene setting here. Last time round, we just had Blast go down. There was the bottom 5 players, S-Attack and Rez, both found themselves within those bottom 5. So Rez getting a couple of big kills here is a great way to kickstart his confidence, because he's a necessary component of NiP if they want to be competitive. Now, this is a best of one. I know Astralis beat them just the other day quite handedly, but Astralis is a team in flux. I think there's a real opportunity for NiP, which now would be an upset win to come to fruition right here.
Upset win.
Yeah. I have a couple of little technical issues here. Well, half the players have left the server.
No, S-Attack was cloned, and immediately him and Config got out of their cloning chamber.
Who did leave?
We've lost a
Glaive,
Config.
Zip. Oh, even more.
Oh.
Okay. Everyone's just disappearing.
I guess there's just a gentleman's agreement that
we play the pistol.
Just play the pistol.
See, schedule fans.
Yeah.
These two teams, schedule fans.
We'll go get shake hands now and get back underway.
Yeah, great to see.
Coming back to your point, Chad, which I did completely breeze past, which is of course that Rez, did underperform, quote unquote, underperform at Blast. Is it in your mind? Is there an opinion that we haven't really seen Rez in the form that's necessary for him to deliver and pull NiP to a world-class level? Yeah,
I think the thing is, Device could drop 20, 25 kills a game, but without somebody like Rez contributing on a regular basis, they are going to have a tough time. Now, people at home are going to go, but what about Hampus? What about Hampus? Well, he's an in-game leader who's quite aggressive, right? And those in-game leaders making those plays, they're very flux. You've all remember a Carrigan 30-bomb game. You all know one where Nafany's done the same, right? But the thing is, with an in-game leader who plays aggressive, those maneuvers are not always going to work, right? And they don't have to, because an in-game leader with the space is able to get the information, make the calls. That's where your Devices and your Rezes need to get the job done. And I think here, S-Attack being added, the language barrier added on top of this does start to become a conversation in itself. And then the problems just keep on coming. And I don't know if this is a problem, but apparently Threat is taking a step back from the head coaching role going forward. So look, it's difficult to tell what's going on over at the camp of NiP.
From the context of his tweet, which I advise you check out yourself, it's at ThreatCS if you're looking for him. His tweet implied that he's still going to be doing all of the strategy, nerdy, don't lose your anti-ecos,
sure,
iron fist, but he won't be the guy standing behind them. So so it seems like NiP will have a tactical director. I believe it was his title, which sounds, I know, hilarious.
2021.
Yeah, it does sound very 21. but not only a tactical director, I think maybe technical director. I think I've given it a bit too much polish there.
Let's go with tactical. If they've gone with technical, let's go with tactical.
I think
like that more.
Cooler.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, no, Bjorn Pers. Yes, I'm the tactical director.
I can just envision him walking around with like laminated A3 maps, right?
And a whiteboard marker.
Yeah, just rolls them out the table. All right, guys. Yeah. He's got like a protractor and a compass.
I think they should be scrolls.
Yes.
He whips out a full like ancient scroll. It's overpass. Okay, cool. But I didn't even finish my point. What was I saying? Oh yeah, who is going to be behind? They've got Mahone on contract as well.
Yeah. Look, I had a bit of a chat to him, right? If you're not familiar with Mahone, obviously he's one of these individuals who loves a bit of the YouTube content around the analysis. You've got a couple of names out there.
They've stolen him from the YouTube realms.
And I've spoken to the NiP lads, and they only have great things to say about him. Now, to go from a pure analytical position to being a coach, what do they need? Do they need someone to get them fired up in a Zonic-esque fashion, right? Is that what they need? Someone to embody the passion of the team? Because you're looking at the squad. Remember when LNZ was on there, he was one of the guys yelling the most.
True.
Right? We know we got the device squawks. You know, he loves a little bit of a squeal. Hampus doesn't mind a yell either. But in terms of that, and I know it seems like for a lot of people at home, why do they need to yell? Well, the Swedes historically haven't needed to yell, but maybe you do. I don't mind it. I used to like getting fired up. I think there's positives and negatives to it, but if you can get a coach to help with that, it'd be nice. Maybe they need to kick up the bottom as well, Alex. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's the loud shouty man or perhaps even just
loud shouty man.
Yeah,
loud shouty man. Bad.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm the loud shouty man as opposed to the tactical director. But we does look like we've match medicked our way into the second round of play. IEM Winter 2021, if you have just joined us, this is the end of the year for the ESL events, and I've been lied to.
You've been fooled.
Damn, that number really did get close to 0. It really did. In fact, there it is.
There's a lot of spam right now in the chat, guys, of NL.
Netherlands.
Yes, yeah, lots of fans, right, which stands for not live, in case you were unfamiliar.
Device just made the same joke as me in the chat.
Oh, he did too.
Yeah.
Great minds, they say.
That's what they say.
Great minds.
Me and Deve. And, you know, I spoke of him in our little pre-match chat. I really am intrigued to see how Device comes into this tournament, because they're not making any secret of the Blast loss breaking them.
Oh, he looked gutted.
Gutted, absolutely gutted. And I mean, I could never be an esports photographer, because when I see him with his head in his hands and tears in his eyes, I don't want to be taking that picture. But I saw, you know, the captures that people made. I think Big Little did a great one. Matthew Truelove caught a great shot that I don't think got the attention it deserved.
It was like Banks on one side, right, and it was on the other side of the divider.
Head in hands, and that was actually him composing himself before the loser's interview. Yeah,
well, the context of that, right, for everybody playing at home, it might be a little bit unfamiliar. Obviously, Device is Danish. We were just there in Copenhagen, going up against, you know, having the home crowd there and not being able to perform to that level, right? He made this move to better his career, which seems crazy to do for a 4-time major winner, right? But he thought this was the future. And for things to not be panning out, you're losing to a dead team of Liquid, right? That's no secret anymore. And you lost to a team that just came together of Astralis, right? So both of those...
11 days prac, Chad.
Yeah, both of those are going to hurt. But I think we can segue two things off of this. Obviously, they added Esatag, right? And we're working out the kinks of the language as well as how they want to approach maps, because it's not plug and play. Esatag hasn't taken all of LNZ's positions from what we've seen so far. Some are different, some are the same. And then you compare that with the momentum and, I guess, the buff that Astralis got from being on their home soil, being in front of that crowd who were very, very excited to see their boys play. And you think about that, is that going to slow down, right? Is that because you can start finding... If you don't know how AWPing works, right? These AWPers, these primary AWPers, we have Glaive doing it now. So, look, it's not going to be a lot to study from the tape that we have over there at Blast, but the longer he does it, it's difficult to continue to reinvent yourself as an AWPer. Ask JW, right? Yeah. Ask a Kenny What it's not easy to do.
And I'm not going to ruin the content, but I did ask Glaive just in the media day a little bit more insight into the AWPing, how it felt at Blast, and he gave some really insightful answers that I will just tease. So you have to stay tuned. Ha ha ha.
I don't know when it's coming, but it is.
It will at some point. But we can get into the action because Astralis with the bomb plan, and don't forget, it came down to a 1v1. We are going to have a very competitive second round here, regardless of the NiP win.
AK out for config. That's one thing to keep in mind here, and some massive gaps within those smokes right there.
Catastrophic gap.
Yeah, that's a lot of utility to have dropped early here. Hampus, with all of the line of sight he needs, even a buddy up towards that heaven position. So all the info in their favor. This one is going to come down to the fights here. 3 towards yard, 2 towards lobby. And it looks like Hampus and Defiance are going to be the first to receive this scouting party.
Oh, that should have been his. Hampus with only the FAMAS wins it out. And an early advantage. Rez pressured. Trophy deploys some nades towards that ramp room, and now Hampus tucked in tight.
They're going to leave Blame here for the lurk. Glaive's got the bomb. He's dropped all the way back towards lobby now. Going to meet up with Zip and Lucky, but this is big issues. They only have that one flash and a HE of Zip here. If they want to go for a ramp explode, that would make sense, but Rez with the M4 should be able to mow them down here.
Gorgeous looking M4 as well. Just rotting the clock. Exchange of weapons, nades, and about that 40-second mark.
Oh, back up as well.
Fades. Yeah, they're coming in. Perfect read from the Ninjas here. They'll have a two-man defense. Rez for first contact, baiting in that close corner of Device. And he's enough of a deterrent, I think. They might actually just be sent back to lobby. Yeah, Zip eventually is felled, and now, well, Lucky and Glaive feeling the brunt of that damage. What do you do with this?
The thing is, 20 seconds left. They have to go here.
Just die or plan or die. They'll opt for the die.
Die's usually the best option here. Blame, normally considering the save option, is actually going to have a look on in. No kill for him onto Rez right there. Falls, and the AK will be scooped up. So they've been able to get that into the hands here of Plopsky. Plenty of rifles to go around, but a flat start here from Astralis. Once Config's dead, once those smoke walls didn't land as anticipated, that's the round done, right? You didn't get any space. You didn't get an opening kill. You have nothing to work with in that environment right there, and just pick them on up. But Rez continuing this good form, really something to contrast his performance. So we'll keep an eye on that. And have a look. Hampus is so aware right now that they are up against an eco round. He's sticking with the USP only. Deagles on the other side could cause him some dramas here.
He's a little
rascal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Looks like they want to come test Rez again.
They're feeding him here early.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go farm. And then he can take a screenshot, post it on Twitter about 3 rounds in.
The Harry Russell special.
That's what they call it. Perfect. Gets the frag, and actually, yeah, got a bit greedy. Doesn't cost him anything. Just about slips away. He's got a lot of pressure. Glaive tested next, and he is just racking them up. 10-0. Untouchable at the moment. Can anyone bring him down to size? He's taken a couple of bullets to the chin, living on, and safe. Clean sweep for the Ninjas. 3-0.
Good to see we have our Easy in the server here today, and even a bit of a smile on his face right there. Maybe it's just the home ground advantage. NiP in Sweden.
Yeah, maybe.
Astralis in Denmark.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah. Maybe there's some Swedes shouting shoot as well in front of them.
Oh dear, you don't love to see that. Here we go, first gun round about to get underway here. 5 AK-47s in the hands of Astralis here. Plenty of U-tilt to boot. That's the Canadians of
boot in the boot.
Rubbing off on me here. There's the smoke walls coming in, and they've actually dropped a bit of a diagonal wall here. Blame to lurk behind this. Does have Glaive overseeing business, but I think they just want to take a bit of territory towards Yard, and they do have the room to do so. You can see quite a turtle set up here from NiP. Very heavy towards that top site. Haven't actually rotated heavily towards that lower section of the map just yet.
They're really waiting for something to be given to them here.
Yeah, but they've been loving this boost. We saw both teams just the other day love this CT side vent boost. Now, there's only one player there for now. We'll keep an eye on that. Zip smoked off again, and they will be aware that this is a problem.
We've got Rushley on the 1s and 2s today, haven't we?
Yeah, we can't hear him, though. He's at home in his little bedroom.
But isn't that exciting, everyone? Rushley's given you that Counter-Strike story once again.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I've kind of missed him.
This is a backside molly here. Now, there's 3 players still towards Yard. They're not really set up to use this if Glaive was to throw it early.
Fake, I guess.
It has to be. They're hoping to get the CTs moving or at least keep their feet planted. And they're just crossing secret, so it's all the ruse.
It's enough just to draw eyes. No smoke's necessary. It's quite smart, but they have lost Zip, and immediately he knows.
Oh, knife out.
Oh, he's not ready for that. Turns his back, Config spanks, and now an Astralis advantage. With 30 seconds left, the bomb should be going down uncontested. Device through ramp. Hard site to break back into, but Lucky loses his head. Glaive tested 2 here. Oh, and they've found another. This retake is on, like Donkey Kong. And from boulder to barrel, he's going to have to find a head. They can't go down. Every member of NiP, Plopsky now with a double has delivered. It's up to Config. Hard shot, and Plopsky will make it a triple. What a retake from the Ninjas. It was looking fantastic for Astralis, right up until it didn't.
Looked really good, right? Hampus dropping down Ven and getting caught off guard there. Wasn't even aware of the strategy, right? That was when the warning bells really started to sound.
Great recovery. Oh, I think Threat will be very happy with that one.
We got some more tech issues, everybody. So just chill out. Take a bit of a deep breath. If you want to go grab yourself a coffee or just put the kettle on, I would recommend that right now. This should be getting back underway ASAP, but
that's cool. We get to try and work out what's going on.
Yeah, from what I read, this could be lengthy. But don't listen to me. I'm speculating here. But this right here, Glaive dodges the flash. Plopsky still good on the clear. And good stuff from Plopsky as well. Right, I mentioned that Esatag and the likes of Rez were in the bottom 5 from Blast. Well, Plopsky's been one as well. Even when LNZ was on the roster, I was like, well, where's the Plopsky that we know and love? The one that first joined this team and actually had a bit of rifling prowess. I felt like the team over a period of time did lose their identity.
Yeah.
And obviously bringing somebody in like Device, well, he can't just do it all for you, right? Everybody else still needs to contribute. And we are getting good contributions out here early.
I spoke to Esatag as well, and I think it's an interesting conversation to start, is that, you know, we talk about language barrier, and there isn't a one-to-one comparison with Device integrating into the roster and Esatag integrating into the roster, given the fact that Device had been learning Swedish actively for a couple of years prior to his joining of the Ninjas in Pyjamas. And speaking to Esatag, a lot of essentially non-Counter-Strikey, more human-y things actually were prominent in, you know, the social dynamics as well as the team dynamics when you don't speak the language natively. You know, I don't know if anyone, and I'm sure you have, Chan, when you're in Germany, you're surrounded by German people, and everyone around you has to transition to their second language and be less effective at communicating just to include you and your presence alone.
I always thank them for that.
But it also then compels you to be like, oh, everyone is doing this for me, so I either have to be entertaining and be here and, you know, make sure I'm a spectacle to justify the fact that everyone's made this transition, or you get swallowed whole by it and then everyone transitions back to the language and you just end up being like a fly on the wall and it's orky momos. Like there is, I implore people to try and empathize with that, because that is a mountain that Esatag has to climb outside of the server.
Yeah, there's obviously going to be some teething issues with this, right? And then we go from out of the server to the role that I think he will be used for in the server, which is going to be a bit more mid-roundy when Hampus is off on his aggressive T-side plays. So that it's a common thread, right? It's a common thread that you can carry through in both environments there, and both are going to be affecting the mental of the players. But there's the new boy on your screen right there, everybody, Lucky. And he was brought on in. You might remember him. He was doing a bit of AWPing once upon a time. That is now no longer. It's Glaive over there for Astralis, in case you missed the memo. Config doing some secondary, even decided he wanted to AWP CT vent on Nuke just the other day, so I thought that was quite a little curious play. But that plays into the flux of this Astralis team, the fact that they're able to play individual Counter-Strike, because their T-sides, other than, I would say, this NiP game that they played in the early stages of the event, were pretty rubbish. I don't think they would even mind me saying that, because it's an early team, right? You haven't had a chance to establish too much early. We can go even more common threads. You had Esatag on complexity with Blame, right? You can continue to link all these things up. So lots of stuff here to really sink our teeth into today. But it is best of ones. We do have an A and a B stream. And we have lots of setups as well. I was taking a look. We're just next to where these players are. There's 4 LAN setups here. And if you go all the way up, on top of the building as well, they're inside. Don't worry, they're not on the roof. Inside, there's another 4 setups, right? So plenty of setups. Hopefully, be able to keep things quite smooth, other than the issues we're experiencing right now.
Well, it wouldn't be the first day.
No, there's always these, isn't it?
It wouldn't be the first day, would it?
You can do all your tests, you can do everything, but the live environment, right? Unless we went on there and played a little practice scrim.
I don't hate this plan.
Do we have enough people? Well, we've got a team.
We do have a team.
We have a team.
And we've got SSDs. We could actually do a full dry run.
Play against like the League Ops team.
Yeah, they'd get battered though.
Player management could have a team.
Oh, I like this. Like
OAP could have a team.
OAP would be decent though.
Can we have Frank on our team though?
But he's like their star fragger.
Yeah, no, that's why I wanted him.
Fair. Yeah. No, there's a couple of gamers actually.
Guys, what we'll do is, if you've been here with the Phil for us before, tweet at us at Spoonge or at MachineGG. Use the hashtag IEM Winter. We don't know how long this one will take. We'll update you as soon as the news hits our ears.
And I can ask you a genuine question if you'd like, Chad.
Oh, a genuine one?
As opposed to a fake one.
Okay.
Now this, they talked about it at the desk, and I was like half paying attention.
Okay.
This has ramifications and qualifications for Katowice next year.
Is that right? Look, there's definitely some teams who, I think all the teams by points are locked in. Let me double check.
They brought up the graphic, and it was like there is quite a large void between those that already got enough points for the Masters qualification and those that are vying for it. I think Ents, for example, they brought up would have to get like a top 2 or top 3 placing if they wanted to succeed someone.
Okay, well that doesn't sound ideal.
Doesn't sound ideal,
especially with Snappy not being here, does it?
Bingo. And I spoke to them as well. Doto and Spinks are taking the leadership roles on a map-dependent basis, and it's going to be intriguing to see how far they go. I did talk to them, and there seemed to be like an air of confidence surrounding ENCE in the sense that they felt like they could be maybe catching them off guard in best of ones. A surprise run certainly has its limits, and so do we, because we are going to be wrapping this one up and taking a break. A little technical hitch is holding us up in the 4-0 scoreline. First map, first game. We'll be right back. We do continue with NiP Astralis after the break.
But you of the shadows. I've come to make a name, ready for battle. Cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover. Cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster, I came to conquer.
Opening frag, a traded kill, a team kill.
Oh, wow. He's found a second. That's a third.
Oh, my God.
CSGO go for it. Gets close, has the ace. And well done there from a Jizz.
3 with 4 frags. Crosser finds the frag and gets the ace for Astralis.
If they want any chance right now, then this would be a great line of play with a couple of great kills for Claire. Oh my god!
Wonders as well, taking down Fallen, although there's still, okay, well, not too much damage. This is so men down like a run to the guns. Marathon, what is that from Glaive?
Yeah, but with a USP, 10 seconds. Oh my god, they just have to kill him. Oh, no!
With something kind of like this, if it's gonna make a difference here, he's gonna be looking right over it, mowing down 2 players and no answer from NiP. He's even gonna get a third through the smoke.
They're gonna go for the reinforce. Tim getting the 4th kill in. Goes for the spray and there's the ace.
Moving as a duo, Gary hits the top, and that gives it away. Still, Gary can continue to hit the top. Yes, he can, of course.
And Gary, the last one left. 2 seconds left. They line. Oh, Gary, are you kidding? Very quickly, and now it's all falling apart. To take down Alex, and now they're pushing. 1 versus 4, and gonna get a headshot. Follow.
Twists forward. Ice reads it in with the flick. Burning alive and the collateral in the flames.
Delight with 2 in 1 round. That's insane.
Yeah. Let's go. Out of the cage, I'ma get 'em. All of my haters turn into a victim. Let off the leash, gotta sick 'em. They don't expect it, so we bout to hit 'em. Try to keep up with the rhythm. Never lose focus, cause we're on a mission. See how they squirming, cause we're so determined. You looking for greatness, that's the definition. Okay, he is here to play.
It will just be Jax dropping defensive smoke. Gets away with that. He was running in the back pedal and the headshot. Jax with 2, huge 3. Jax is locking him down.
Tell him you ready. Flowing can't hold back the lemon. You know who sit on the throne and who at the front. I hope you get the message. This gonna be one for the ages. Gotta put us on your A-list. I hope that you came prepared. We're ready to win it on any occasion.
Oh, baby, a triple!
Let's go, man!
With the USP! Oh my god, he gets the ace with it! I can't quite believe it! Diha continues to kick up a fuss. Every shot connects. Diha! Oh, get out of my server!
He's a monster!
Hi guys, so today I will show you how to AWP on the CT side Dust 2. Yeah, so let's just get into it, right? Usually your role as an AWPer is in the beginning of the round is helping taking long control, which means you will support your team with flashes, which you either throw in the back when they strafe, or you throw it here in the beginning so they can actually get long control. Those are the two things you kind of start with when you start towards A. And after you gain the long control, you freely move up towards catwalk. Remember to ask your team if the T's can already be here, but the usual peaks are just sitting here, shooting when you get flashed, or dodging the flash, peeking out when you hear the T's flash, right? Playing against executes, there's two different things to do. You either play at the slope, or you play towards car, and currently in the meta it's pretty normal to just play around the car, try to get 1 or 2 shots and retake with your team. Most common way is just to get your long player to sneak up close to this wall and throw a flash over here. I'll show you a few spawn picks that are pretty good to do if you get the spawns. Usually if you spawn here towards long, obviously you want to move all the way to long and just peek here in the beginning. Remember to look into the wall when you're running, because then you won't get blind. Then there's one other spawn that I really love. It's when you spawn here, the best spawn towards B. You can instantly smoke and just run here. Obviously gonna peek towards B. And yeah, just hold this angle if anyone wants to cross. And if you don't see anything, you can just slowly search into upper tunnels and try to kill the opponent lurk. Yeah, I would say that's mainly how I played up on the CT side on Dust 2. If you are a mid player though, it's really useful to play around this area when the T's try to get short control, and try to kill them when they have to cross this area by using flashbangs or asking for your team to use flashbangs, and just try to get some good angles. That's mainly it, and hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, feel free to use it in a match, guys.
I see a guy. Oh, bumping.
Yeah, over this way. The parachute. Coming that way.
I'm on the lighthouse. Two more. Nice, no one time.
I didn't see.
Oh, you see him? To the rock. T right. Who's I gonna bump him? Who's alive? 3 seconds. Wait. Yeah, wait. Now, and I'll spawn back on the other. Oh my god.
Hey, man. No, you're a scumbag.
Oh, you got it. You pulled out.
I'm dead. Probably dead. Like,
I'm on him. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's alright.
Hi guys, this is Kenny S. I'm gonna show you a bit of my gameplay on Nuke. That's gonna be really helpful for you as an AWPer, but also for your teammates, how to secure some areas, defend some side by yourself, also playing a bit of more supportive role. Check it out. So the default position for an AWPer is here in garage, super usual.
Spot it in the open yet, but this is a Zordy kill, and now just one man, Zordy with the clutch. Two nades, smoke, flame, hit, flames is all you need. What was that? Define kick close, you just have to hit the first tap off the fake. He looks the wrong way. Zeko can clear him. He needs to tap now. Oh, I think he might. disgusting, Breezy anymore. That's 4, and he's looking for the ace. Breezy spamming them down. He's got very, very deep on the timing. The short player knocked out and ready for the pit fight. Masuta makes the clutch come through, hits that timing, and secures this map. Teed up. He's on for a third. Now dead as well. Refresh. How are you making this happen? A guessing game. Stick on the bomb. Grim doesn't swing. He thinks it's a fake. Refresh. 4-5. And we're going to overtime.
Breakdown. Nice. I'll tell you already, on it. Oh, you let him get in such a sick spot now by not sticking it. Oh no, they lost.
Nice, Harry. Get him out.
One main.
Actually, roof, I think. Heard a ladder. Got him.
They're just sitting outside. Sitting. I've gone around the map. Nice. Unlucky.
DPI 400?
Yeah, 400.
Okay.
So it's mid
average, right?
Yeah, average.
Average, like literally 1.
Yeah.
Keyboard situation? Is it?
Keyboard?
You're not doing like the Bondic kind of?
No, I'm not like this, but almost. I'm playing like this.
Okay. And that wasn't for desk space. That's just comfortable.
No, I don't care, and I just put my my monitor as well.
Oh.
Between, like that.
Oh, okay. This looks neat.
I put down.
But do you not find your mouse, your keyboard is like?
No.
No.
I don't. No.
No, that's fine.
It's high.
Okay.
NVIDIA, I'm just changing for full screen.
Okay, because you're stretched.
Yeah, I'm stretched, and also resolution.
240.
Yeah, 240. Yeah. 240.
Do you have digital vibrance at all? Do you mess around with that?
Like I think 1 year ago I put 100. I mean digital vibrance, but now for my eyes it's too much.
What do you go for?
50.
Oh damn.
Default.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it looks so bleak and grey.
Yeah, but I like this. But I switch on the monitor.
We'll come around for this.
I put on 20.
On the vibrance.
Yeah.
Oh, so you get some.
Yeah, I mean it's average for me.
Okay.
There's some color, but not many. So it's cool.
Just enough.
Yeah. When I do my config, I'm always doing like manually.
We have your Oh, you want to do it manually?
Yeah, I'm always, when I come to LAN, I'm doing manually.
Can I see the workflow?
1280 and 960, yeah.
Full screen stretched.
Like this.
Yeah.
Game. Wait. I switch my. Oh. This is not my. Fuck.
What's wrong? Oh, it's because it's not French keys.
Yeah, it's not French keyboard. Z2SD.
Yeah. Did you ever see
I reload with
F?
Yeah. Inspect weapon. V.
That's important.
No, but I like to watch my weapon. Also, work with my mouse.
Ah, me too.
Like with shift.
You jump with space though, so you're not doing any scroll wheel?
No.
Does that stop you with any like bunny hopping bits?
Because I start with my browser config and it's playing like this. So I didn't switch, I stay like this.
Okay.
This is the same shit like my browser settings.
Really?
My browsers play like this.
That's the inspiration. Game?
No, it's already, yeah, everything good.
Scale. Do you mess around with the pictures? Do you have pictures and numbers, or which one do you prefer that for the? Doesn't matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Why do I care so much more about my game than one of the best players in the world?
Classic.
Classic.
For view model. I think. Switch weapon. Yeah, pick up no. Good. Close menu, yes. And I think it's good already. Thickness 0.
Gap -3.
Like this.
Oh my god, you young men and your young eyes. White as well? No, can't be white. It's too hard to see.
I don't care. Green, blue.
Okay, yeah.
Yellow, it's good.
I actually can't even see it. I'm like where your head is. Oh, nerd. Okay. Tiny crosshair gang. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business for IEM Winter 2021. A extended break, I think we'll call it.
Long have we waited, viewers frustrated, players debated, servers updated.
And last night I studied really hard for this game. NiP Astralis, really excited for this one.
Well, I hope you have the cliff notes, Alex, because the pistol round went to those bloody ninjas here on the CT side. Rez in good form within the early rounds as they dealt with that force by going into the third round of play. It was a bit of an economical for the Danes of Astralis, and then making it into the fourth round, the one that you would have caught last, maybe about an hour ago, NiP actually retook the lower bomb site.
Yes, I remember that. It was an incredible retake. 3v4 at one point, I believe.
Yeah, even Plopsky's popping some heads.
Yes, indeed, Popsky. And we are ready for round 5. Maybe the foreshadowing of that incredibly long pistol led to this delay. But yeah, time for the 5th round of our first map. We appreciate your patience. I'm sure the players have just managed to keep their heads in the game. It's not going to be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm ready to get this round underway. I hope you are too. Chad Birchfield hanging out with me. And we've got ourselves a full gunny.
Yeah, this facilitated by that plant, by that retake in round number 4. And this time, take a little bit of top spin off the round. A bit slower of a scenario here, just crawling towards yard. Blame up to his usual antics, and the L block smokes being lined up here.
Blame already postured forward, should be able to slip through this gap unless Device swings wide. It would put him vulnerable, and the smokes will obscure his view. Not far off the mark, and Blame just starts his advance. And oof, that's quite the shot out of config. Posted up on the silo and knocks Device for 6. Orp gone. Huge amount of space for Blame.
Have to push lobby right now or rotate towards the lower side. You can already see 2 players slink down the vent. Plopsky tuck on in as well. They're hedging their bets. This will be a lower finish here. And with 3 players heading towards ramp right now, that very much could be the case. How much space does Blame get? And what type of mid-round call does he make? He's the linchpin of this one right now for Astralis. So much space.
So much space. They actually got full ramp room. And I mean, this is where the dialogue changes, right? Astralis are having a conversation saying it's a bit sus.
Yeah, they need to send Blame up heaven here to see if anybody's in that top site, because if they continue the jaunt towards lower at bomb, heading back on Lucky now. So turn your attention, and time becoming a bit of an issue here. This one might get spicy still.
Yeah, it's up to that top site player. Plopsky, head on a swivel. Loud bait of Zipex flying up that ladder, so draws attention elsewhere. A single flash. He turns. They have to frag, and they do. Top site open for business with just 2 seconds to spare.
Oof, the bomb goes down, and I think we'll see NiP go for a bit of a save here. But do they want to get anything on the way out the door? Some exit kills wouldn't go astray. Having a bit of a hunt is Config, the man to kick this one off with a banger from top silo. When you don't have that T-side AWP to rock, Config is going to be the spearhead of this. And getting on the board out of the break here, Astralis. Good to see the hunt coming on through. Config sniffing out what he can find.
Yeah, and credit, I think, to be given to the 2 newest names in the Astralis jersey. It is Blame and Config. Config with a cracking opener, hitting up that silo to AWP on blue. Not an easy shot by any stretch.
And just to rehash, obviously, we had Rez kick off this game very strong. He has 11 kills. He's leading the server now quite clearly. Lucky yet to frag here, but we'll be keeping our eyes on him. Impressed on the rifle, right? Demoted? Well, maybe not demoted. They decided as a team. Here's
reassigned.
Yeah, reassigned. Yeah, that's not a bad way to crop it at all here. But we'll keep our eyes on Lucky, right? Now, this is still, for him, he's just coming out the gates playing Tier 1 Counter-Strike and now on a rifle. So a different taste, a different speed.
And current messaging, not only from Sports Director, which is pinch of salt, but from Glave's mouth as well, that this is for the foreseeable future. This is something they're going to commit to, and obviously if it is completely barren of success, they might readdress.
Okay, well, we're back into the gun rounds here. Same look and play. This is very default heavy from Astralis, right? There's no rush. No need to get too ahead of themselves here. Bit of a gap for Rez to work with, but nobody prying on the other side. Device is passive with the AWP. You can see this time round not in the yard.
Hampus, he wants a little bit of a fight. He's going to get one.
I don't know if he's going to clear his corner here, Alex.
Blame faffing around with his nades, and he goes down. Might have been a glance at the radar there, but loses his opportunity. Hampus reacts in time. He whiffs his smoke, but game on. NiP set for a 5th here. Device can already relay the information that they can cross secret. He has no information at all, and there is bodies behind it. About 10 seconds left on them. Hampus tucks into the top site. Who will address that low slip?
It is Hampus. He's rotated straight on down, right? So found that kill, is rotated under here, has the incendiary in hand on the jiggle. Will get the spot, drops that, buys them about 7 seconds here, but thrust forward is Glaive, wanting to apply a bit more pressure. Bomb is already down towards that lower side of things, but it doesn't have to be their final destination.
Here we go. Hampus looking for more impact. He's already taken down the scalp of Blame. And now, once again, repositioning. He has Rez in support, but top site's open now. Zip has found Esatag. That's a big death.
Enter top feels like the call here, but Glaive, he's stuck.
Got the bomb. Yeah, and he's being pressured. Rez once more. That's a 12th, and the bomb locked now at 20 seconds. They're running out of players and time. Config, no hope. And Rez secures his 13th. This, Chad, I mean, we talk about his individual performances, the first thing you brought up, and we're now tracking a real spike out of Rez. This is great. See how far he can fly.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Is he going to cool off or is he going to continue this level of form? And I'm not saying even within this map, it's the tournament, right? If you missed the dialogue previously, and probably a lot of you did, bottom 5 player within Blast just a couple of days ago here. So this is a completely different looking Rez out the gates. But the buy will be back in from Astralis, 4 AKs and the Deagle for Glaive. And the difference maker in the last round of play was Hampus going a little bit of a looky-loo and finding that opening on Blame. Can he make that happen again?
Oh, lovely. He's created a huge gap there. Hampus deliberately disrupts.
Bit of a Grand Canyon type vibe with that there, but they've been able to drop another smoke to make their life a little bit easier. But it is just Blame working towards Yard. 4 players over towards Lobby. Popsky again over towards this vent, and they're looking to do the boost. So we have seen a bunch of this.
Nice mix-up of it. Of course, very susceptible to a Molotov.
I have to be aware of it now. These teams used it against each other just the other day.
Plopsky's equipped with a smoke, though, so that's banging. They can at least get themselves out of dodge without that guaranteed double. And look how deep the angle is. It's even into the lobby line.
Yeah, it makes life very difficult. And, well, Config, is he aware? Esatag playing on the peak here is going to have to jiggle out at some point to take the fight. 2 players potentially stepping into his crosshair any moment right now.
Second, this is it. Oh, Molly, where's the extinguish? It's instantaneous. He still has vision, but they can spray him. Vulnerable to wall bangs. They know exactly where you are. This could be a double.
HE as well for Blame if he can get there.
And badly. They're just crawling in. Where's the support? Lucky's found device elsewhere.
How is this happening?
And they still haven't got him. Config actually gets a double. And that's the end of that. It was a nice attempt from the Ninjas, but just like that, the site is lost, and Hampus with an ambitious one on the ladder, chipping away at Config. This should be the end of that. Just looking to save as Rez cowers in spawn. I say that, Hampus advancing. Rez is already posturing to save. I guess Hampus would rather head towards the warehouse or spawn. But yeah, it does look like we're having a couple.
Maybe it's just us. You know all the audio issues.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
all the audio issues that seem to have. It's just you and me.
Also, but I'll take this over a server issue.
Yes, yes. At least the game's going.
It's going. It just is different for us.
Well, I was just messaging the producer right there, and I accidentally started calling Parlor. So there's technical issues for us here as well. Just trying to get the message out there. But there you go. Astralis bounced back immediately. So we are having a bit more of a rally of rounds here, more competitive. And the ones who this is going to start to hurt more, as soon as Astralis can get a consecutive round, as long as they can avoid these save scenarios for NiP time and time again, Astralis can break the Swedes. But this was just awkward, right? They're up on the boost. They're just hanging out. The smoke is eventually going to fade right here. They're pinned. And this is one of the dramas with the boost. It's really quite nice when you're dealing with the default and there's one player squeaky after they've done the yard crawl where they have 4 players. But when it's multiple members able to actually pincer on in on that position, you can see just how stranded they were right there. So NiP feeling the brunt of that one. Back out for device here. AK still retained, and well, both teams looking at a full buy.
It must be a deliberate gap on Rez's smoke. He's thrown it multiple times and takes down Zip with ease as well. Okay, 15 and counting. Well, he certainly hasn't cooled off yet. Device. Ooh, that's on him. Just through the pipe. Config saved by the stainless steel, and advancing now are Astralis. Blame usual sweep, usual flight path, and again actually I was going to say disrupted smoke. It was just a little late to arrive. He's got a lot of room to maneuver here. Oh, and a chance. A big one onto Hampus. Doesn't quite find it, but the pressure is on now. Swedes under the thumb. Glaive catches one, down to 4. Lots of progress. Device catching another onto Lucky, so surely this one just peters out into nothingness.
Yeah, Blame is the only player in a position to have done anything here, but that Molly's going to hold him at bay for now. Config in the meantime going to go down here as Rez continues. 16 for him as the packs just keep on coming. Blame will get something done. Hampus falls Rez with another, and it is just the big man himself. Blame left in a 1-on-4 situation with 35 seconds left on the clock. He's going to walk into this AWP here. He can wait out. He can go for the save. That is fine, but if he wants to step on in, we'll have to deal with the AK of Rez. I can't believe he has so many kills already. I can't remember a game he had at Blast where he had 17 kills, right? And maybe with the overtime affair that they had right there, but this is wild scenes. It is great to see him showing what he's got. And that was one of the big questions. That was one of the things that we wanted to see because we know Rez is a great player. We've seen it before. We want to see it again, and we're getting it right now. Device having a little bit of a edge forward here, but does not want to give that AWP up. Round time will expire, and we'll call that 6-2 right now as NiP continue to lather some rounds up on the board.
Yeah, I can see this being a bit of a blossoming rivalry, you know.
It didn't start that way, did it? No. 16-1 at the major, right? No, it was the old team. Magis was there, Dupree was there. The only round that Astralis won against NiP at the major was a lucky 1-on-3 on Ancient. And then I was like, okay, maybe it'll source up a little bit when we get to Blast, you know, it'll look a little bit nice, but it wasn't really. It was a overtime on one of the maps, and then the second map was a bit of a blowout. So I want to see the rivalry you're talking about, the back and forth affairs, the close games.
It would be, I mean, it's just, yeah, so poetic, almost unscriptable.
Oh, this one's slowing down again here, right? Astralis are in absolutely no rush with these gun rounds here. And that's contrary to the type of Counter-Strike that they were playing over at Blast. It was very erratic, quite chaotic, very individual based. Now remember, a lot of the best work from Astralis over there did come on their CT side. So if you're a Dane, don't worry just yet. Maybe you're a Dane who's a Device fan, and then maybe you can. As smokes are being lined up one more time. This time the AWP over towards that secret position. Molly's in the air, going to hold Device at bay here. Actually, he is above, so won't have to worry too much. Can keep up this line of sight and can call an awful lot here. Early information currently just in the favor of NiP. As regathering back towards lobby for one more time will be Astralis.
I mean, it just looks the same. Let's see if they can find a different result. Flames put his name in the feed early. Up to Hampus and Esatag, and Rez is even contributing again. 18 and counting. Still alive. And that bomb yet to be planted. Loose now in front of the squeaky door. Hampus relocating. He's got Device for some util to dump. And that'll buy time. If there's a smoke on top of that, which it sounded like there was, Squeak is out of action. Config is fully in the sight. But yeah, this bomb retrieval is everything. And they haven't got a smoke. You can see there is one idle.
Good flash.
Through they go. Hampus again, more headshots from him. A very impactful double, and now counting. That's a great shot out of Config. Device to clutch. It surely favors him with this bomb. They have to close and hunt the gap. He is going to relocate.
He might have done it. He might have already done it.
That's time.
Oh,
the
just.
moonwalk. Config with half a second to spare says play on. Okay.
This gets hard now for Device.
That's a shot. Glaive core, another Config trying to take a chance, and Device manages his angles to perfection. That momentary gap on the bolt, you think that's your chance to relocate, you think that's your chance to slip hard, but Device knows.
Yeah, both Astralis players right there getting caught with their pants down. You can see what Device is thinking, right? He wants to stay as a jarring presence so they can't plant, but Config quick as you like. Glaive, no man's land. The same for Config trying to reposition here. And you're right, just quick as you like. Device with a big 1-on-2 to keep them in it. And Plopsky, he likes the look of that one there as, well, the scores continue to pile on up here. And on the other side of things, Ave, the new coach of Astralis, Zonic, his era is done. It's Ave's reign now as he calls for the team to have a bit of a discussion.
It is mad.
Yeah, it is.
When you think about it, like, I mean, you've got 3 of the legendary core here in the server, admittedly on 2 different teams, but not only that, but since 2016, you had Zonic, Glaive, Zip, putting their heads together with Devet, and that is no more. Greener pastures, that remains to be seen.
I'm really excited for next year. Just the storylines between that trifecta of teams is going to be juicy.
Like
this is the year of the CIS, though, right? I know the Astralis, it will keep that taste in the mouth as we go into 2022, but realistically, this has been the year of CIS Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was Gambit into Na'Vi, or was Na'Vi into Gambit into Na'Vi?
And then we obviously had Spirit, who are now dead, but VP hung around. Entropic are another name that have recently started to appear on everybody's page. And, oh, actually, it's going to be a threat timeout after the Astralis timeout. So both coaches taking the liberty to grab those 30 seconds, have a little bit of a chat.
Hey guys.
For how they want to go forward.
Right here. I was just thinking, do you think I should be the tactical director instead of the technical director?
Yeah, look, I think that he could have both on the business card, technical / tactical.
Oh man, I remember after I'd fresh out of uni.
I thought you were going to say you remember business cards.
No, exactly. That's exactly where I'm going.
Oh.
Yeah, my entrepreneurship lectures convinced me that business cards was the way to get caster gigs.
We should get some business cards.
We should.
Yeah.
Come to Vistaprint or any other for your bargain.
Well, this is a pace change. Here we go.
Let's see what S-Tag's got. He's just about got his vision back as Plopsky goes one and done. Here's the S-Tag, one and the same. Now they're into the top side. Device has got a timer on this. He might be able to disrupt the plant with that incendiary. He's biding his time with it.
It got a bit crowded up there towards heaven, didn't it? Just Rez and Device. Good nade, chips away, Blame low, 3-on-3, and here comes the... Oh, I thought wave of utility, but not. Hampus smoked off with a bit of a gap here to work with. He's going to like this.
A third successful retake from Astralis already. From Astralis, NiP. I saw a Device and got confused. And there's Lucky's contribution. Bomb ticket in their favor here. Hampus and Device running out of time, and chances just smoked off. Going to have to accept their fate on this one, yeah. And so a third is secure. And
Blame had locked the door on this. He was already coming around heaven, you can see here.
What is the difference then? I mean, it's not like Astralis are doing anything particularly different. I guess the frags this time, the limiting those topside defenders to one and losing their AWPer as well.
I think it was extremely different. They rushed top, right? They hadn't done anything fast up to that point. It had all been default heavy, using the yard smokes. There they actually just took the fight to them. But it is surprising that they overran them so easily, and we did find ourselves in this 3-on-3. I think Lucky here, you're going to see what he has to offer.
Bang.
But this is already seemingly broken NiP. Now, they have been able to buy back in. Device does get the AWP back out. There's 2 M4s in play, but it is Deagles, and they're light on util. Not even a single defuse kit here to boast. You can't go back to that if you're Astralis, right? That's very problematic. You can't just keep doing top hits. You need to make something work. But this is pacey again. Secret Smoke's down immediately. This time, no gap forced. And they are across. So if that's the shift, if all it took was a hard top to get Astralis back in this, already a bit more pep in their step as Blame searching.
Hard shot, very hard to hit, and at least wards Rez off. The presence noted. Hampus responsible for ramp with only a Deagle. He's going to have a lot of nade thrown his way, and an opportunity does go awry. So do the bullets. He's got 2 here in the low site, so not an easy one to break.
They're coming.
This could fall apart. Rez looking for more, just a little bit shy of the head. Device has got 1 back into the feed, but this one could very well be done.
Now, the reason that looks so desperate, right, you're thinking, why are they just forcing that fight, was because that flank was coming on in, right? There was already the space taken behind them there, and they understood that Blame had already had that secret control, right? So eventually he was going to come behind them and pinch them in. It was going to become very, very awkward. If they can hang on to the guns this time round and not get hunted by Astralis, it will give NiP something to work with going forward here. But what was a flying start can quickly evaporate now. Loss bonus in the previous round was bottom of the barrel. This time going forward, it will be 1900, meaning they will not be able to get a buy going. Upgrades around. Silent Stem 4 for config here. Very popular, the Silent Stem 4. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought?
When the update first happened, right, for people unawares, we live in Malta and our ping is a little bit higher than everybody else's. And I was doing a bit of streaming. A guy came into the stream and he goes, "Hey, Sponge, what do you think of the Silent Stem 4? And I was like, nah, man, this is rubbish, right? Because on the higher ping, Silent Stem 4 feels very, very slow, right? And then after a second consideration...
What, the 5-ping tournament PC life?
Well, even just like looking at it getting picked up in the pro matches, I was like, hold up a second. I think I may have judged this one a little bit too quickly here. So to that gentleman who came into my stream, you were bang on. Yeah. I was way off, because that right now is... I think there's only a very few players who are sticking with the A4, Bit being one of them.
Masuta the other.
Yeah, it is interesting to see who decide. Even like we've always had this debate for the longest time since 2 M4s have been introduced into the game, of map dependent, position dependent. There's all those different, but you can't argue with the fact that the majority of players, without a doubt, are using the Silent Stem 4 now. And there's questions. People are asking, hey, Sponge, do you think that people are trading less now because they don't even know where the kills are coming from sometimes? Obviously, it makes spamming through the smokes a lot more viable without the tracer fire.
I mean, from our perspective, we noticed an instant change in terms of seeing the players looking more lost in responding to those trades, like the kind of sweep of the mouse. They don't have that instant mini-map icon. They have to wait for a relay of information. If it was gathered, config again, hunting for Device's head. He found it once, and it looks like it's Astralis is set for a 5th here. As I say that, Zip, early cancellation handed to him, and a weapon.
Oh, you'll take that.
Is it handed to S-Tag? Yeah. Yes, it is. Lovely retrieval.
And he's got armor as well, right? Because he carried the Deagle across here. So that's actually great for S-Tag. It's 3 functional rifles right now. And if he can drop that Deagle across to a Hampus or a Rez at some point within this round, starting to look real juicy.
Yeah, a tut of the tongue, I'm sure, for Astralis as they lose Zip so early into the piece. Now Lobby is the responsibility of Lucky. He was supposed to be joining the gang. Now he has to keep that aggression caged.
This is back to what didn't work, right? Where they did these crawls towards yard. Blame has some company in config, and Glaive isn't too far behind. And they will get the space they're looking for here. Now, if they want to creep around towards heaven, Rez would be the first, but Lucky draws even. Hampus down, information gathered, and now they're looking to pin down on his position. Plopsky forward and Squeaky. Lucky seems aware that this is happening right now.
He's given him a lot of room. Just needs to get info, and that's where he'll find it, up towards T-Roof.
Rez has moved. He was towards this box, just the right-hand side of config, and he's been drawn back because of the death of Hampus right now. So Heaven is open for business. Time, though,
again,
sub 30 seconds.
Super low on time here, fellas. It worked once. Can it work again?
It has to be a top split.
Glaive's got the bomb and an AWP. We'll have to bring it through. Clear Heart device is aggressive. They'll have to try and find him. It's actually going to work in his favor. A hard shot to hit, yeah. But it's Glaive down and out. The bomb is loose. Lucky has to move fast. I don't think they have time for this. The bomb's still loose at 5. No way, unless they kill everyone. Rez, hide, cowering in fear, and no time to plant the bomb. Call it 8. Astralis, a valiant attempt, but that was, I mean, what, 2 save rifles?
Yeah, well, there was the saved AWP, a saved M4, and Estag had the Deagle that opened up the account here. So they milk the most out of those guns, but the impact kill of the round has to be given to Plopsky. That bomb getting dropped late on Glaive, the difference maker. They just didn't have enough time to get on in there, and Rez gets to win the clutch just by staying alive alone. And Lucky did a good job here, right? He's picking up kills. I know it's very late within the round, but just trying to come back through lobby late once they know that you're the only defender, that's not easy to do. But back into the buys, both teams. Not great for NiP, even though they won that round. Early exchange of damage. This time round, Plopsky down to 37 points of health here. He's going to have to operate as the walking wounded. But Astralis, it was the pace changes that profited for them, and now they've just gone back to the slower crawl. Can they make it work? Because we're getting to the tail end right now of the first half.
Intimidating yard setup. Hampus will have to be reserved in his defense here. Here comes the wall, about that 70-second mark as Lucky lines up the third component. And off they go, sailing through the sky. Hampus to react. He will be Molotov down. He won't be able to get any info as to whether or not this is just a fake. Well, at least for another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and Blame has maneuvered straight through their own wall. We won't get info on that. Not at all. That's good from Device, though. Just the head of config. That's all it takes. That nade.
Pocket.
Damn, straight down his pants. Oh, and Blame struggles. Device contributes again. This looks set for a 9th, and now Glaive's AWP is good for it. He knows Hampus was secret side. They still have at least 2 more components to it. Lucky and Zip in lobby. CS Atang and Plopsky's setup is dynamic. Rez is working on a flank as well. I don't know if they're ready.
Well timed.
Hidden, but they're so distracted. Lucky, will you consider it? Will you consider it? The answer's no, and that's the bomb again. Impact fragging. Zip has saved Astralis, albeit for a second, but this clock is their worst enemy. 9, 8. I'm just going to have to count because there's the end of the round. Zip, no hope, no health, and just looking to hold on to what he can.
Oof, that right there could have been the difference between, I suppose, like a 9-6 half. If they get that, the money's not great for NiP still. But yeah, you're right. It really is a timing issue here. I feel at this point, if you were to take another timeout, you want to milk as much out of the remainder of this half as you can. It would be the right call, but what are you going to say, right? What are you going to say as you get the boys around here, Ave to chip on in? Do we do the top rush again? Maybe you want to pop out door, do a quick vent drop, get the secret wall smoke up, allow Blame to cross quickly. One of the difference makers when they went for that, though, and got Blame down quite fast was the lack of utility to disrupt that smoke wall and have that forced error of their set piece. So a big conversation to be had here, and well, the only player for Astralis who won't be able to get an AK-47 in his hands unless dropped will be Blame on 2.7. The rest purchasing on in. Zip will get his choice of a single grenade here. I think we'll be most likely to see him go with a smoke. 350 left in the bank balance because he did not go down. No loss bonus coming through for him. And Glaive's actually taken the sacrifice here of giving the AK over to Blame. Selfless in-game leader things. As Zip, yeah, he will get dropped a HE as well. So a HE and a smoke to work with for Zip. And away we go. This is still very competitive right now for Astralis. They'd love to win this one in a position to get that 9-6 half. Not done yet as, wow, we're back to business as usual. surely this time they are going to get a bit more pep in the step. They are going to have to react a little bit quicker. You can't be running the clock down like that round after round.
No, and we have to also just take note that Device has been so proactive. We've seen him yard, we've seen him aggressive hut, and now we've seen him trophy. They're just throwing him around, looking for an Aggie opener. Smoked off now, it's Hampus's responsibility. That's the remix.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
I don't fancy their chances here. The whole pack silently advancing towards Secret, and that's Esatag now with a smoke. He'll likely drop it preemptively. He won't have time to react yet. There it is.
They can just respect this, right? They don't have to go anywhere here because there's still not a lot of answers. And with how slow Astralis have played, they could just be loitering in lobby with Blame F behind the main position, hiding behind T-Red. So you don't actually know what's on the other side just yet. And I think Esatag might be getting a bit of a rude shock here as the smoke's starting to fade. And here they come.
Yeah, it's a passive angle from him. He's like, oh, they baited with the jump. Glaive, you genius.
He did one there.
Yeah, he did.
That could be the round already. I think it is.
Just like that. Just like that. Device is having a look. He's already plugged one from the pack. More to come, perhaps. Lucky. Oh, what was that? It was Blame that knocks him down. And still Hampus trying his best. Has lost his rifle and his life. And now it's up to Rez and Plopsky. 20 frags. Would need to leave with 23 unless Plopsky can find something here on ramp. Glaive low, a quick reaction shot from Plopsky if he's not precise, but he is. Glaive with the headshot and Astralis with the round. Looking to exit now. Rez allowed safe passage through his own prowess. He takes down Lucky and will at least preserve the rifle.
We actually saw Lucky go for that little maneuver. I know he didn't get the kill. It looked like he did, but he went for that maneuver in a clutch just the other day. He didn't win it, but I thought it was quite smart. It's obviously something that he has in his repertoire, a way that he likes to operate once they limp that smoke out the door, elevate over the box and use it as a bit of a one-way. So cool to see that he has a couple of things he goes to within his mental playbook. But that right there from Esatag, in that kind of a position, I know it's not easy. And I can see, and we can see, that there's 4 players coming on the X-ray. But you need to be in a position, if you are anchoring, you're the first point of contact, to get 1 kill. Right? 1 and done, acceptable. Nothing, nah.
So let's run with this whole idea. We're underhanding it, and we're using that to peek over the left side of ramp. What's the kind of default bog standard util for the right side peak of ramp? Are you just going getting window control and molly in it? I mean, what do you...
the way that the Danes traditionally do it, right, is once they have that control room window control, they will like to smoke and molly off, but Lucky, I think that's a bit more of a situational maneuver than a go-to standard protocol. Whereas if you do have all the nades, all the goodies, you will, once you get the windows, you lob a smoke off the wall, you lob a molly off the wall, and you have both sides completely locked on down. But this here for NiP, dire straits right now. It's 3 Deagles, a 5.7, and the saved AK-47. How much can they get out of this one? Looking like a 9.6.
Yeah, unless Hampus starts lining up and racking up with the Deagle. The body shot's not sufficient. And into the quick pace again. Blame could have a lovely timing here. He smoked off for now, but CTs.
They've heavy rotated.
Full rotate. Yeah. Look at that. The power of a frag, yeah.
They've been battered down here, so you can understand why they rotate, and they don't have a lot of util to work with as well, so they want to put themselves in positions where they can find impact, but by doing this, they might have actually taken themselves out of the round here. Unless Astralis continue forward, and well, as Glaive has a look, it feels that could be likely.
They heard the rifle. They know there was only the one. Does that imply, does that pull them further in?
2 smokes.
Contact. Hard shots. Esatag manages his Deagle well. Could still be a competitive one here, and Astralis are trying to back up.
That's a gap and a half.
Yeah, massive gap. And look at this from Rez. Oh, that was a chance. There's still one. Now the bomb drops, and just before he can round the corner, the frags come through. Call it 9-6. Both teams probably very happy with that. We do need to swap sides, and we will take a quick break. 9-6 the score. BRB.
I think that we are still in a learning stage about the team. I still feel like we are like figuring out what people like to do in certain rounds and what people like to do in specific rounds. I think that we're trying to find out what we are as a team and who we are. But I think like
boys and the new boys on the block. It's Config and Blame F. Of course, rookie Lucky switching over to that rifle and ready to frag. They've done better than they did last time on the full regulation. It was 16-7, now already 9 to the good. NiP coming in hot and starting on the T side now in our second half.
Yeah, and Rez, a massive component of that. 22 kills for him within that first half. We'll see how he keeps trending right here with that P250 in hand over towards Yard as Utah being lined on up here from Esatag.
Bit of a Na'Vi flavour to that.
Oh, he's hitting shots like he would. Hopefully he can hit a couple more. Passive stance here is Lucky towards Heaven. Could be the first to greet this. Lurk Smoke limped on out towards front of main, and across they go. Warning shot fired, information spotted, and rotations coming in.
Yeah, Config's interesting that he's opted for an armored CZ. Let's see how far that gets him. Campus caretaking the lobby. Doors are swung open. There's contact all over the map, and Rush is somehow keeping track. Campus does find the opener. They've still got a lovely crossfire established here, but they're running out of players elsewhere. Esatag chips away at Glaive, and surely vent to top. Yeah, it's wide open. Indecision. Oh, and he's been caught off guard there. Wasn't quite ready for it. Hasn't gone down, but the bomb has. Yeah, and it's a
mouse game
versus 3. And it's clean from Hampus to finish the job. Lucky, one man on a mission.
He was good in the clutch, Lucky, but I think a 1-on-5 might be out of his remit right now. And
do you not remember that super close Nuke 1v5? The Tech 9? Oh, he got like 4 of them.
That was, he's had some wild.
He's had a couple of those.
I want to make a couple of things here quite clear within this round. Config with the CZ, you asked the question about that. He had the best spawn, right? And as a top defender, you like to give them Julies or a CZ or something like a 5-7 that they can wheel because you need to be extra spammy if a top rush comes in. And second of all, the reason they pivoted vent to top was because Config is the player to deal with Squeaky Door / the vent rotation, and he died. So they knew that they were able to go back up that vent with a little bit less resistance here. But that's both pistol rounds now for NiP, and in a best of 1, that tends to be the recipe for success. And Hampus trying the luck with the pistol again. Dinked on up, 35 points of health remain. And warning shots fired either way as Device bowling from him. Beautiful stuff. Even the follow-up is great, and the third not too far away either.
Yeah, he's got a good shot at this. He's got a good understanding as to where those last 2 CTs do reside. Zip and Blame partnered up and tagged up as well.
It's going to be interesting, right? I think, obviously, a lot of people came in here with high expectations for Astralis of what they had just seen, right? And I'm not ruling them out of the tournament after a best-of-1 loss by any means, but that momentum, right? Think about what they had. Honeymoon phase, as well as 2 individuals playing some lights-out Counter-Strike in Config, and then Blame being the Bash brothers in tow. But as well as that, nobody knew about their map pool. Nobody knew about the positions they were playing. Nobody knew that Lucky wasn't AWPing, right? Now this has been identified. You've been able to regather yourself, right? You've been able to understand, watch a demo. Oh, this guy plays here. This is a tendency of his. These things you can actually start to study now and find out, but let's see.
Oh,
how many resistance?
You cocky boy.
Kept the USP?
He's just USPing.
Okay.
And he's dead. That's all right. Punished, spanked by Glaive for the ego. Now...
Yeah, rightfully so, I think.
See how this one spirals. Blame. Oh, he's mopping up. Looks like it's perfect for Astralis. Not a blemish on the record. Device does just throw one little haymaker to Blame, but the quickest and most secure of the round so far. Astralis will take that.
Yeah, a curious approach there, right, from NiP. When you could have had a full gun round, you knew that you were going up against a buy here that wasn't going to be the strongest. And the reason you can identify that is because they had USPs in the previous, right? They didn't force buy. So you know, at best, you got the 2900 rifle, you got Kevlar coming through at 650, you're going to be light on nades, and you're going to be light on defuse kits. But now they're fully bought up. Everybody with a full bag of nades on their back pocket. Head armor even a treat for a few. But it is full buys for both. No big greens in play as Glaive sneaks across, finds himself a home in secret. And very lobby heavy once more from NiP, who, again, turn their attention towards ramp.
Yeah.
Oh, denied. Hello, Mr. Zip. Are you home? Not today, kids.
At least not for another 15. Lucky. Oh, the door is completely naded off, so Esatag will be a bit more cautious with his approach. And it does look like a full reset for a late wall of smokes.
They only have 1 smoke, though, so yeah, their options become very limited at this point right here. This is kind of what we saw from Astralis in their first half, where they were limping around the map. They, a bit like headless chooks.
Yeah, you can see this crossfire is actually quite nice. It's passive, but they will get all the info on the slip. Oh, Glaive. Glaive's in a lot of trouble. Calling for Blame's aid. Anything. A flash would be great. He's Molotov'd out. He's just cooked. Device again with more util kills. Back to back. This time on the gun round. 45 seconds. Now, the clock got the better of Astralis. Will NiP manage those seconds better?
This is a gift, though. That opener right there feels like a little bit of a misplay there from Glaive. It looked good, but couldn't convert off the info he had. And now, as you're right, the clock is ticking. There's pressure from Config and Lobby. This could stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, he's got a good chance here. Good chance. And Esatag, very sharp. He takes down Config in that duel, and one by one, picked apart. They could be running straight into
20
Zip's domain. There's a world. There's a universe. Maybe we live in it. Bomb loose, but just the one. They've got time to pick it up, get that bomb planted. Lucky. A 1 versus 4.
Uh-oh.
Go on. if miraculously he hits that first double dink and disappears behind the door, there is a world, and we would be living in it.
Now, that right there, it looks pretty good when you consider how many players stay alive, but really with 12 seconds left, if Lucky gets one, drops away, they're still trying to find his position, they try and plan again. That actually could have fallen out of favor for the Ninjas right here, but Esatag with a nice shot gets himself up to 9 kills now. He even found another one there towards the tail end of this, so not too bad, not too bad. Device starting to chip on up the scoreboard, 15 for him, 13 for Hampus, and pistols for the Danes here. They are really up against the wall right now. This is not a place you want to be. And Glaive, indecision. Does he go forward? Does he go back? Well, right now he has to stay put.
Oh, he gets flashed in, but they do have someone anti. It's Esatag putting his name in the feed in the opener. Zip to be pressured. Blame missing his first and won't get many more opportunities now. Zip has at least Cole Device.
Oh, okay, that's a goosh for 9 damage.
Robbed.
9 damage goosh.
It's the name of my first album, I think.
I think Hampus isn't going to be expecting this angle.
Yeah, you just got to get the perfect click. Oh, that is gorgeous. All right, take that and take the AK. Could they take the round, chat?
It's looking very likely now. The 4-on-5 situation, if they could scoop up that ramp AK as well, they're really, really starting to find themselves in a good position now. Pivoting back towards lobby. Rez.
He's alive, though, and he is 23 frags to the good. Can you get a 24th? Glaive only a pistol. He has gone down, though, concedes to Blame. F's recovered rifle, kept humble, and just like that, the recovery's on. Last, Zip, just now advancing up the secret stairs, doesn't have the weapon or equipment.
Oh, he has a couple of options. He can just go for this through main. Smoked off now. Does he actually want to try his chance? He could go towards heaven and pick up that AK from Blame's body. That would be the better of the two decisions right here, right now.
Keeping it simple on their stabilization there. Walking on out. I do like the gold AK. I know it's a bit cliche. I know FPS games and golden gun. It took a long time. I think Valve were very stubborn. They didn't want to have any golden AK-47s.
Well, maybe, you know, some of our player base aren't too familiar with GoldenEye, and they didn't really understand the connotations of that weapon.
Yeah, true. The golden gun was like a notorious.
Wasn't it just?
Weapon.
Running around an odd job because you're the smaller model, couldn't be seen.
Yeah, why was he like a leprechaun?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. Like, the actor was a pretty well-built, tall man.
I don't remember.
Is he tall?
No, I don't.
Maybe not.
I don't know. James Bond is not my specialty by any means. You have to ask Jason if you want to know about James Bond.
Yeah, I guess it's more around his era, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe Trace can ask him about the golden days. But this is it. Almost getting down to the last few chances here for Astralis. 13-7 the scores read. Glaive brings out the big green and Config. Ouch, that's some grenades. And Device with another utility kill.
Yeah, he is racking him up. That's number 3 by my count. Could even be more in that first half. Let's find out. Device deploying that wall of smokes nice and early. Extra special treat waiting for him at spawn. In the crisscross. Ooh, Glaive just before they bloom. Hampus a little ahead of the pack and has been punished for it. Blame can call this clear/quits. He doesn't have to do too much. And a weird smoke to imply a vent dive.
There's 2 at ramp right here. Glaive's here actually joined up with Zip, so they are reading this well. This should be the lockdown right now if NiP dip their toe in the water.
Oh, just like that. Glaive racks them up. Zip 2. A double for both of them, leaving Device in an impossible scenario. Set 4 and 8 now. Astralis just counting on Device to go down.
Damage here should be name of the game right now for Device. Any kills he can find would be great, but spotted from heaven. Info now in the favor of Astralis as they hone on in on his position. The steps are coming, and here they go. Device with 1.
Very aggressive.
How many more? Blame should seal this. This should be done in the back?
What?
Okay.
Ace clutch? Oh, it would have been a very nerdy flash as well, but look at him. He's looking proactive. He's looking fierce. He's got a point to prove.
That must have been a screamer on the
Yeah,
Blame.
I can't believe it. Oh, this is impossible for him. Yeah, Zip will knock him down eventually. Between the two of them, Glaive and Zip get the job done, but damn if Device didn't try.
It was those 3 players alone right there who almost took out the entire server. So Device, Zip, and Glaive remembering when they were on the team together, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I think Zip and Glaive are going, God, you know, this guy's pretty good. We should maybe, is he Danish, you say?
We need an AWPer.
We do need an AWP.
He is an AWPer. All right. That shot, though, onto Blame must have been massive. Must have been an absolute banger right there, but yeah, you could see what was happening. Glaive had actually read the play very well. So after his opening, staying mobile, and because they were down, remember, you just have to think what's going through the calls of the T side, right? All right, AWP's here. We know we're in a 4-on-4. We should be able to isolate a single duel. This is where it comes a little bit gambly, but you can say it's gambling or you can say it's reading your opponent. Now, when it works, right? Well, you've read your opponent quite well, but it is a risk, right? It is a bit more of a risk. Now, do have another tech, but it's not a big one like before. This one should be fixed really quick, and this one you can blame Volvo for. This is the FPS bug. Now, if you all get that one at home, if you do get it, I apologize. It's not much fun, but I want you to go to console and type log address _add 1.
That's the recipe for success.
And that'll fix it. Or you can change your res, not the player, your resolution. I don't know, once upon a time, I think you could record a demo, and that might fix it. I'm sure Stiko's watching. He'll tell everybody. He seems to be a whiz kid in that stuff.
Just because you said res, my brain went somewhere else, but... Have you spoken to many players on like HSTV Confirmed or anything who actually also play native, or is Rops like a proper hipster?
No, I think Yakinda is also using it. Yeah, I was talking to Nico about it yesterday about what res he was using. I asked him if he'd ever go native. I think he's happy with his stretched.
I mean, I think Blaster were running something where they had like a quick poll, like every player was answering stretched or native, and it was overwhelmingly stretched, which I just think is surprising because I mean, I know we lost the black bars, but we're all still living our 4x3 lifestyle. It's just odd.
Yeah, I think Yakinda says something like those players will be extinct in a couple of years' time.
Ooh, that's a yeet from me.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. But here we go, the buy in, a couple of emissions here with 2 pistols in play. Hampus with the dig, that's a tag.
He's quick.
With the techers to wreckers, but you're right, he is very quick, and Blame on high alert.
Yeah, he's quicker.
He's not stopping.
Hampus.
Blame knows. Blame no. Did he see him? Surely he saw. Yeah, but this is so odd. The pathing that Hampus is taking right now is really weird.
It's so backwards, Glaive. Screaming at Blame, vents, you madman.
Well, I thought he was going up top. That's what Blame
that
was
would have been crazy.
Too, right? You're expecting him just to, because you wouldn't expect a player to be coming up the vent like that. And Device has, in the meantime, taken all this space. Okay, this is getting weird.
Yeah, it gets weirder. Lucky could get a double, kept to the 1.
They know that 2 were lower, though. They know that Blame and Glaive were both in the lower side.
Touché. So surely we walk on into that top side. It's Config, and he's been fouled. The timing on that wide swing, he just crab walks out, eliminates the threat. Device and Plopsky partner up. Plopsky,
this man's everywhere.
Working with a limp, and look at this. Completely books Config. Device around the world. Safe plan, and he's got a good angle here for that hut walkout and that vent crawl. Considering all his options, he has to react now. They know where he was. Not going to be fun, not going to be easy. Device, what a shot! Maybe another up against his old leader. Take your time, take your time. Bomb ticket in your favor. Smoke now deployed on the bomb, though. Doesn't have the health to contend with Glaive's pistol. He's holding it. Device has got another clutch in the bag. 4 kills to his name. He does not relent.
Massive stuff from Device here within this game alone. That's 2 1-on-2 situations. Round in the first half, and right there, too easy as you like. And that was a 1-on-2, but he won the round almost single-handedly. The opening kill right there onto Zip was massive. Finding Config in the top side is what allowed the bomb to go down. Great stuff.
Who does he kill next? This one.
Blame, yeah.
Blame is going to be kicking himself. That is, I mean, it's a hard fight for Device on the best of days. But yeah, out on the rafters, known information, that will get under your skin.
Now, this is a game of 2 halves, haha. But the first half was all res, right? He only has 1 kill so far in this second half, but it is Device who we're turning our attention to for the impact here within this T side. He's quietly made his way up to 22 kills. The rest of the team, Esatag with 11 and the same for Plopsky and Hampus there on 13. On the other side of things, Zip is leading the charge right now for Astralis. 15 kills for him, 12 apiece for the likes of Config and Glaive, 11 for Lucky and Blame on 10. So we're not getting that same absolute mental tier performance from Config where it felt like he was dropping 30, 35 plus every single game.
Well, and Config and Glaive on the CT side, both double AWPing and both hitting every shot they hit.
Yeah, well, now they're going to have to get it done with a Scout, a Famus, and a couple of Deagles around that. This is looking like NiP are going to net up this map. And remember, everybody at home, this is a best of one. Best of one is the establishing games right here at IEM Windsor. The rest of the matches will be best of threes for elimination or progression through the bracket.
Yeah, and the fact that you just said that last word, sentence. Oof, okay, device legged. Oh, could be finished off. Just about escapes his fate.
Hampus doesn't have armor.
Yeah.
Just an FYI.
That's like the in-game leadership sacrifice on a whole new level.
Yeah, he's going to go down real easy here, unfortunately.
You say that. He's got device to babysit him, but yeah, look how much damage that one Deagle bullet did. Blame should have him dead to rights if his booty pokes out at all, but he's actually going to concede it. So, pressure definitely on.
He's so lucky to be alive here, but the fact that they're both so low, one of the worst case scenarios right now for NiP is to lose this round and then look at all the upgrades. Where you're going to get an AWP and a bunch of AKs out of this right here. That could be horrible for NiP, whose loss bonus is bottom of the barrel. And because Device won the clutch, they're not operating with residual cash right now. So this could actually be a swing round if Astralis can pull this off.
Yeah, this would change everything. The dialogue was about to be. You were talking about brackets. I mean, there you go. That's how the dialogue was at. And here they come, popping in. A chance on Lucky. One will not cut it. Maybe Config can. Distraction on Heaven would be perfect if they could just bait. Config. Backs a turn. No. Rez still ready. Only Zip and Blame. And one by one, they'll surely fall. The Deagle in the feed keeps it competitive, at least for a moment. No kit. They need headshots, and they need them now. NiP could just misplay themselves here, but the headshots are coming in. And a recovery of sorts. Blame. Good on the Deag, but not today.
Now, before we got rudely interrupted by the round, you were saying...
bracket.
Yeah.
What I was saying is that best of one, because it's a bracket, it will condemn you to a lower bracket run. And it's all best of threes, lower bracket run. Like, this establishing game holds weight. I know you're saying it's just, quote-unquote, just a best of one, but it really does. It immediately hinders your chances of running to the playoffs.
You're right, because the lower bracket, only one team will get through the lower bracket to the playoffs, and that'll be in the quarterfinals, whereas two teams through the upper bracket, one will qualify for the semi and one will qualify for the quarter, right? So it is really important right now, this best of one. So this is great for NiP, and that was really well handled with their utility in the last. And again, it's another broken buy. UMPs, upgraded pistols, an MP9 for good measure. NiP are looking to close this one out and really rub the salt in the Astralis wound right here. Sure, you won at Blast, but now you have to struggle here at IEM Winter. Staying composed, lobbing out the smokes. Towards Yard, they turn their attention. Lobby aggression seems to be the answer, seems to be the response right here. And while Plopsky's opened the account, Device with one of his own. And this one here, I don't want to say it, but I think it's done.
Yeah, revenge. NiP, at least in the opening game, has been found. It's going to be a confidence booster for sure. Device. Penultimate frags come in, and there you have it. A 16-8 scoreline. It's convincing. The individuals online, Device on one half, Rez on the other. Everyone you want to see online is there. And good vibrations for the Ninjas in pajamas, taking a first step towards recovery. Astralis thrust to the lower bracket, as discussed. Best of threes, quite the gauntlet for them.